It's amazing how life comes at you. Comes at you at full speed. You're not realizing what's going on because maybe your focus suddenly changed. How you doing, family? I just want to come to you all tonight and talk to the men and the women, but mostly the men. Guys, I know that deep down in every man's heart, every good man's heart, he desires something special in his life. I mean, he not only desires it, but deep down in the pit of his soul, he needs it. And he knows he needs it. He can't live without it because it's the way God designed it. He needs a good woman in his life. Somebody to complete him, to inspire him, to help him go from point A to point B, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Ladies, somewhere out there is that man for you. And he's going to find you. And notice what I said, he's going to find you. You are not to look for him. You are to prepare yourself for him. And likewise, should a man prepare himself for the life that he wants to live with that good woman, he should prepare himself for the responsibilities that are required of him by God. Husbands, love your wives just as Jesus loved the church and gave himself up for it. But I see nowadays that in this microwave society, a lot of us want the gifts, want the favor, but don't want to put in the work. You know, we want everything there is to gain from the God who created the heaven and earth, and the heaven and the earth, the heavens and the earth. Let me get it right. But we don't want to put in any dedication. We don't want to edge our name in the stone to make it concrete. God, I am solely committed to whatever it is you ask of me, not just to get something out of you, but for our relationship, dear Father, so that you can make me into the man that you would have me to be, so that you can make me into the man that you would have me to be. Now, if God being who he is a righteous and true God, he wants you to have the very best in life. Yes or yes? Well, he wants you to have the very best so that if you remain dedicated and do the things that God asks for you, he is going to reward you with the ultimate best. Even when you least expect it. When you're not looking for those things that you desired in your life and God say, hello, here it is. God puts it right in front of you. And you see, by then, God has prepared your life so perfectly that when that good woman or that good man is placed in front of you, you are ready to walk ye therein of all that truth and that bountiful happiness and love that you're about to be blessed with. And I'm telling you, when God moves, he moves in a mighty way. He will move so good and so perfectly, it will make your head spin. And then at that very moment, you will begin to realize that all those trials and tribulations that I've ever gone through, all those bad relationships, all those people that were in my life that didn't mean me any good, I've actually learned something from them. I actually know the things not to do. I know the things not to do. And now that I have a good person in my life, I know how to appreciate what's in front of me. I know how to appreciate better what God has prepared for me. You see, true story. I'd gone through some things in my life. And I'd always, as a single man, come home from work saying, God, I need a wife. I need a wife in my life. I need a wife. And then one day, after I came home from a long night of hard working, I got an answer. Well, I got a reply, not an answer. Holy Spirit answered me and replied back to me saying, but are you husband material? I'm like, ooh, wait a minute now. Am I husband material? That was something to really think about, because that was a question that was never asked to me. I always ask for something and ask for something. Just like with anything, if you ask for a car, can you drive? Are you a good driver? Are you prepared to pay car insurance, car note? Will you keep the car clean? Do you know how to fix a car? If you don't know how to fix a car, do you know who to bring it to fix it? Are you prepared for the responsibilities? Are you husband material? Are you car owner material? Are you homeowner material? Are you ready? Are your ducks in a row? Are you ready? So the things that we ask God for, we have to understand something, that if we're sincere in what we're asking for, that there are consequences to our prayers. Because you see, God is a just and he's a good God. He wants us to have great things. He wants us to be happy. He wants to give us the things that we ask him for. But then, God being God, will prepare us before he gives it to us. Now, after I asked this prayer, I didn't think much about it. I didn't think much about it. I'm just saying, like, wow, that's a weird question. Am I husband material? Well, then I had to go through some trials and tribulations in my life. I met one woman after the next woman, and each relationship was not good. Some were bad. Not necessarily saying that the woman, the female herself was bad. It's my choosing. My way of thinking was thrown off. I wasn't thinking in the direction of preparing to be a husband. I was just looking for a woman. I wasn't looking for a wife. And even if I had set my sights on trying to find a wife, I was not preparing myself to be a husband. Big difference. Big difference. A lot of wives out there, guys. A lot of husbands out there, ladies. But are you capable of handling the responsibility of being on the opposite side of that husband or that wife? Huh? Can you handle the responsibilities that you ask for? Because they're huge. But if you enter in properly and prepared, it can be huge and it can be absolutely wonderful and astonishing. Every trial and tribulation that you go through together will be wonderful. It will be a wonderful experience because you're no longer alone. And not only that, the two of you are together, but now you are together with God. Both of you are on the same page. You followed the right instructions and entered into the relationship the right way, the way God had intended it to be. So you see, you're no longer following your mind. Because there's a way unto man that seemeth right. And if we go off in the direction that the way this world is going, we will never be happy. We will never accomplish anything. We will never be successful. We will never have a good home. We will never have a good family. There will never be peace in the home, and there will always be tribulation in the place where you lay your head. You see, I happen to know what that feels like. And I understood in my life, in my young life at the time, that I didn't want to go through that again. So I had to make some changes. I had to settle down, slow down, and think about it for a minute. I've tried it my way. I've tried this my way. It ain't working, man. So listen, let me buckle down and let me see what God says about this thing. So, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor of the Lord. He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor of the Lord. But you see, you have to step back for a minute and look at the big picture of that scripture. He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor of the Lord. So, when you find a wife, you find a good thing. But if you're not good, will that good thing be good? Will that good wife help you to see that you need to be a good husband in order to obtain the favor of God? You have to know what your responsibilities are. Okay, a lot of men find good women, but they're not necessarily good men. They're not treating them right. They don't tell them that they love them every day. They're not handling their responsibilities. They may come home from a long day's work. Their wife cooked for them, and they need to take out the trash. Say, I'm not taking out no trash. I've been working all day. I'm not doing nothing. You do this. That's not a good husband. But, a lot of us, we want those good things, but aren't doing anything good to necessarily have it in our lives. Look, what I'm trying to say, and I may not be saying this eloquently enough, but gentlemen, if you want anything wonderful in your life, work for it. And don't just work for it one time. Don't just set out to get that thing that's wonderful, that you consider to be great in your life, and just do that one time just to get it. See, because after you get it, you must maintain it. Hello, somebody. You have to maintain those blessings that God gave you so that they can last forever, so that you can obtain that spiritual favor. Man, there's nothing greater than that spiritual favor. Do you know what it feels like to turn the key in your home and walk in the door and have peace greet you at the door? Your children happy, your wife's happy, and you walk into a happy home. And not just for 1 year, 2 years, 3, 4, 5, but 14 beautiful years, man. And it continues to go on. Because this is just me, and I know that there are other guys out there like me, I cherish the love that I have with my wife. I cherish the love of my children. All of them, my boys, they make me happy. They actually make me young. You see, because I know what it is not to have those things in your life and to dream those things when you were a kid. And finally, when you become an older man, to achieve those things is the ultimate success. But the greater of all of those things is to have true love in your life. But in order to keep good love, true love, you must continue to maintain true love. Be honest. Hold a conversation with your wife. Read, talk to your children. Be a good husband. Be a good father. Stand up and be the man that God created you to be. You're a king. You're a master. You wasn't created by no wimp, by no chump. Don't be one. Stand up and represent God well and be the husband, father, and man that God created you to be. I know this was a little bit long, family, but listen, this is Wisdom with Washington. This is, I think it's Women's Month. I don't know. But every day I treat this day, as if it is my wife's day. I'm going to call and love her. I flirt with her every day. I tell her I love her. I hug her. I tell her that she's beautiful. She's sexy. She's my wife. It's my job to let her know every day she made the right choice when she accepted my hand in marriage. So, gentlemen, go out there, turn around, turn this phone or this video off, and go tell your wife that you love her. Go tell your children that you love them. Spend some time with everybody. And stand up tall, because you were made by God. You weren't made by no chump, and neither are you. Be blessed and be a blessing to others. This is Wisdom with Washington, y'all.